I'm sorry for the delayed start today. Had it all ready to go, and my internet wasn't working, like literally nothing. So I had to go and reboot everything. So I really appreciate you hanging out and waiting to see if I was coming or not today. But I'm here. Yay! It's been one of those crazy, crazy weeks, and I'm just I'm I'm finding it very hard to believe today is actually Thursday. Um, a 76-minute ad just popped up. Please just skip it. Oh my word, skip it. Um, I'm very much dragging here, and I don't know if it's my phone or if it's the connection that we have. So let me know if if it's just me or if it's everybody. So that would be good to know. Game Winner says, all good. My internet has been patchy lately, and this morning I broke my website. Oh no. Kim says I'm really choppy there as well. I'm just going to go and open the window and see if that makes, actually, it won't make a difference at all. It'll make a difference to my phone. Oh gosh. Lindsay says I watched a minute of it just to be safe. Sound is okay. The picture's a little off. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on. I've got decent internet. I don't know what to do. Yeah, so it's happening for everybody. So it's definitely my end, which I'm not surprised about because, hello, I've got the swirly wheel of doom on what I'm seeing. Just come good for Chintamani. We'll see if it eventually comes good for everybody. Anyway, so it's Thursday here, guys, and I've had one of those really weird weeks because just don't move much, okay? And it's one of those really weird weeks here because in Brisbane we have like everybody has these Eka show days. Eka is like our royal exhibition, so it's like a big state fair kind of thing. And because of how they do the show days around here, it's not just one day off. It's like one council has a certain day off, the other council has another day off, the other council has another day off. Abby's school, in its wisdom to try and deal with all of this with parents, oh, I've just worked out what's going on. My computer's trying to do updates in the background. Let me just kill this. Can I kill? Syncing paused. Good. Okay. Thank you. Die. Like I have bandwidth to update at the same time. Holy cow. Anyway, so these show holidays means that Abby's school decided to just give everybody all 3 days off. The whole school had. It froze on an epic eye roll shot of you. So funny. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. So we've had to have these sort of Abby's had 3 days off school, basically, is what I'm trying to get at. And I had like Monday, I thought, okay, I'll get all orders done, blah, 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 blah. Public holiday in the Logan Council means there was no Australia Post to go and drop things off. Tuesday was a die day, so I can't get to the post office and stuff on a die day. And so I didn't get to the post office yesterday, and then Wednesday my husband had the day off and we went down to visit my mum for the day. So I've done no post this week, you guys. So if you've been waiting on an order from me, I'm so sorry. They'll be going out this afternoon. So the post office is open. And I am here to take the parcels to the post office as well as pack more parcels. So lots of kids are sick, aren't they? Lachlan is home sick all week, and now Maddie's sick as well. Abby said that when she was away on this camp that she was on for school, lots of kids got sick while they were away. Gold Coast only gets 1 day off in July for our show day. We don't get the Brisbane, etc. days. There you go. See, Abby's school gets the Tuesday is the Gold Coast day off, I think it is. I think that's how it works. I can't remember. Kim Scullen says, I saw the posting the other day. He was riding this weird trike buggy thing. Oh my gosh. So, I don't know if this is working or not for you guys because I made the very silly decision to not open my window up. The phone that I normally monitor everything on is not being good. Um, from what I'm looking at, my stats here are saying everything's good. Um, yeah, so the stats are here saying everything's good, but what I'm looking at is saying it's bad. So I don't know if you can see me and hear me, so let me know. That would be great. Kerry says, I don't feel so bad as I didn't get the payment to you for last week's dice room. Don't feel bad at all, Kerry. Don't feel bad at all. It's all sorted. Lots of parcels are going out today. Lots of international parcels are going today as well, which is really exciting, or at least for me. I love sending stuff overseas. Not that I don't love sending stuff within Australia as well, but it's also really exciting to like know that my yarn is going to someone who hasn't seen it like in real life. I've never been to the US. I've never been any further than New Zealand. So when I've got yarn going to Switzerland and to the US and to England, and I've had yarn go to France, and it's just like it's sort of going everywhere, and I'm very excited. I'm probably overexcited, you guys. So this die stream is called what I've got on my hook at the moment. I've just realised there's dog hair in it. Sorry. But the one thing I wanted to show you first before I do that is we had a Marja Craft order come in. So do you guys want to see what came in the latest Marja Craft order? It's our Marja Craft restock. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say is there's some of you still waiting on your Bendigo pre-orders or orders for Chow and that's all slowly coming in. I've had a couple of shipments come in. But there's still more coming. So everything's been ordered. It's just waiting for it to arrive. And it's sort of, I don't really notice it at most times of the year, sort of how slow it takes me to put in lots of big orders because I try to get in under all sorts of tariffs and stuff like that. But at this time of the year, when I'm just like putting in 2 and 3 orders a week to try and get everything through, it's like, oh, one box will overtake another in the courier mode. So I'll be thinking I'm going to get one box and open up and I'm like, that's not what I thought I was getting. But okay, I've got that now. The other thing I wanted to mention, K Vit is in the house, which is Kylie from Fiber Lily. You guys, Kylie from Fiber Lily and I are having a combined dye day together here at Fiberific Dye Shack next weekend. So I'm so excited. And we're going to organise a get together, which we haven't firmed up yet. We'll have details soon. So keep an eye out on both the Fiber Lily page and on the Fiberific page on Facebook. Details will be there. It'll just be at a coffee shop somewhere local to go and hang out and chat. So yeah, it will be a bit of fun. So if you guys want to come, I'm really excited about it. It is just one of those really, it's one of those things where the timing of something has actually just worked. So yeah, Emma Bow, YouTube sign is doing funny things. Long Claw Clan. Okay, Emma. Hey, Emma. So we've got myself and Kylie are going to be dyeing together. We still haven't firmed up exactly how we're going to be doing some dyeing. We're going to be trying. We'll have a look and see if we can do any sort of video recording or live streaming or something on the day. We're going to have to wait and see how it goes. See if you can talk her into doing gradient cakes. That would be awesome. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I want to do that. But anyway, so I'm very excited. I've got so many thrilling things coming up. I might look a little tired, and that's because, when you have those dreams where something that you've done through the day is sort of playing on your mind, and the dream sort of really lets you know that, yeah, you actually aren't happy about something. So what's happened is I'd already booked all my sort of VidCon flights and accommodation and my ticket and everything. And then the agenda came out and I realized I was going to miss sort of these two talks that I really wanted to see. And excuse me. And so I was just like, oh no, it's fine. I won't worry about it. But last night I'm sleeping and I'm having these weird dreams. And I woke up this morning going, yeah, no, I really want to see these talks. I paid extra to have access to these other rooms. And these are like the 2 main talks. There's a couple of talks I wanted to see, but these are like the 2 big ones I really wanted to see. And my plane just wasn't going to land in time. So I was just like, oh my gosh, I wonder if I can can I change any of this stuff? So I was just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And so this morning I spoke to my husband. I'm like, this is the deal, honey. I'm really unhappy that I'm missing these talks. I've paid for this top level entry and I really wanted to go and see these particular things. So I'm going to see if I can change my flight. But that's going to mean I have to be an extra night away. Is that all right? And he was like, yeah. See what you can do. So this morning I was able to change my flight, which was great. And then and now I'm just waiting to see if the hotel can take me an extra. I'm not too worried about that because I can just stay sort of anywhere. And as long as I can sort of be in Melbourne by 8 a.m. on the Thursday, I think it's a Thursday, then I'll be happy. So yeah, I was just like, so stressed out. So does Abby know? Abby does know. Because I did it this morning before I took her to school. So yeah, it was all just a bit of insanity. So it's all sorting out, and so my brain's like, okay, all right, now you can sleep, and I'm like, no, I can't sleep. Now I need to do all these things. Abby would be more upset about you having an extra night away. Yeah, no, she knows. She knows. Let her know this morning that she had an extra day. She was going to have to get herself home from school because what was going to happen is, I was going to be leaving at like dumb o'clock in the morning on Thursday. So I was going to have to leave home at like 6 o'clock or something. So Tim was already going to have to take her to school on the Thursday morning. So what it means now is just on the Friday afternoon, on the Wednesdays, I'm still going to be able to take her to school, but she'll have to get herself home. So yeah, no, she's all good. She's all good. I mean, she'll probably whinge about it closer to the day that she wants to go to VidCon too. Oh my God, Mum, why can't I come? So yeah, there's always that. There's always that. So yeah, I'm just, things are happening, and I'm trying to I'm trying to be really calm and really sort of focused and intentional with my time and with the things that I do and things like, and every now and again, it's just like my brain is like, no, you're totally not okay with that. You are really not okay with that. And so it messes up my sleep. So last night, worst night's sleep ever. Issy wants to hide in one of your bags. I don't blame you, Issy. It's a pretty darn good event. So I'm pretty excited about it. But I think this will be my last VidCon for a couple of years. So I'm going to try and save up and get to one of the other big business summits that like video business that they do in the US. So I'll have to save up a bit more for that, I think. So yeah, so we're getting there. Whew. So I'm trying to focus. My brain's a bit frazzled because I'm very tired. And but yeah, so I'm feeling good this morning, but tired. Does that make sense? That I'm feeling good but tired. I don't know. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop us down to our hands down video because we have a parcel. I bring it across. Here's a parcel. Okay, so I need to go that one. That works, doesn't it? Here we go. We have a parcel. Let's open our parcel up. This is from Marja Craft. We sold out of bobbins at Bendigo. I brought twice as many bobbins this year as I have done in previous years, and I still sold out. I mean, that's great. I love selling out, don't get me wrong, but it meant that I had no stock for at home or, back here. What have we got in here? We have got all sorts of goodies. Let me have a look here. So we have got the stock standard Marja Craft tan bobbins. These are the standard ones that come with all the wheels. And they're just these are a plastic bobbin that they get made up. They're great. This is their standard size, and it's quite big. I can fit 100 grams on this thing. So I'm really happy with that. So we've got the stock standard tan or beige or brown. I don't know what they call it. It's just the standard bobbin. Then we've got the Atoll, which is it is their 2019 limited edition colour. So it's a little bit greenier. It's probably more like the top camera. There's some good photos on the website that show the colours really well. But this is a bit of a greeny blue, like think ocean water. That's what I think about when I look at these. But this is the Atoll colorway, so that's the 2019 limited edition color. I was lucky to be able to get some of the 2018, which is the pink. Oh, hang on, it's the other way around. 2017 and the bright blue is the 2018. So this is actually a really beautiful bright blue. The camera is not doing it justice at all. And this is a gorgeous hot pink, which the camera is picking up really well. It just hates blues and purples today. Good job, camera. So we've got lots of each of those. So we've got the pink, the blue, the atoll, and the pink, the blue, the atoll, and the standard is where I was going with that. Let's have a look here. When I dropped to the other camera, I missed my chat. Parcel mini dumbbells. Wood coloured, Kim says. Yeah, it is a bit wood coloured, isn't it? What else have we got in here? We've got some brake band that I need to wind onto their little mini spools. So this is the stuff that gives us our tension on our spinning wheels. And then what's in here? Oh, a high-speed belt. I know someone has ordered that, and I'd been waiting and waiting, but I forgot to add it into an order that I thought it was coming in. Anyway, we've got some E-hooks, which are really great sort of ceramic lined hooks. They last for ages. They're great, especially if you spin alpaca. So these are fantastic for that. We have drive bands. So if you need a rose drive band or a little gem upper, we've got those. I think that's it. I mean, there's lots of bobbins, don't get me wrong. Is there anything else tucked in the bottom there? No, that's it. So yeah, so that's what's come in our box from Marja Craft is 11 billion bobbins. Yay, we need a bobbin so desperately. Let's put this on the floor. Crash, boom, bang. Jackie Dawes says that she loves the ceramic e-hook. I love the ceramic e-hook. You can get them in a couple of sizes, which I really like. Sorry, my hair is just terrible today. I meant to wash it last night, and I forgot. I just heard someone knocking on a door. Just bear with me, guys. I just want to double check. I mean, Snowy's not losing her mind, but I want to double check anyway. So hang on. No. There's no one there. I'm losing my mind. Anyway, whoops, I wanted to do this the other way so that the microphone is not folded in the fabric. Woohoo! Link to the bobbins. Sally, thank you for the right click on that bobbins. And none of them are up online yet because I've just opened the box and I wasn't sure what was in it just yet. But they will be there later. Andrew says it was the chickens. I think it was the chickens because it definitely wasn't anyone else. The reason why I wanted to check is I'm expecting a courier delivery today. I got notification this morning that a courier delivery was coming. Who knows when it's going to come? It could be this morning. It could be this afternoon. I never can work it out. Kerry Randall's got to go to work. Bye, Kerry. Have a great day at work. Leanne had a phone call. Gosh, Leanne. People just don't understand the importance of these live streams, do they? So one of the things I want to talk about, oops, just bang the camera, is garments. Now, guys, as you know, I'm a plus size gal. And I find I'm plus sized and short, which is a really crap combination, not conversation. Kim says her T2 flask is getting a workout. That's awesome. So's mine. And finding a top that I like that fits, that's always a bonus, is awkward. And, you know, even though we can make things, fine, I'm not a designer, so I need a pattern to work from. And so, you know, it's just, it's one of those things where I need the pattern, is what it boils down. I can adjust and I can tweak, but I need the pattern to start with, if that makes sense. So this is a pattern I've worked on before. There's dog hair on it. I'm trying to just pick it up while you don't notice. And one of the things is that I wanted something to wear to VidCon that was something, because I realized the last couple of years, all I've worn down, I'm going down as Fibrific, the YouTube channel, and I go down there, and if I wear a scarf or a shawl at all, then that's crazy, right? Like, then that's like out of this world. I tend not to. And so I wanted to make sure I had a nice top that I was really happy with, that fit, flattered, that was made out of my yarn, and was something that I, was happy to wear. And so I've made this particular pattern before. This is a Jenny King Designs. It's part of her Get Squared program. It is pattern 1. So, sorry, I'm just mucking around. There's hair and stuff here. So this is the pattern 1. So I'm doing it pretty close to the exact pattern. I've made this one before, so I know that there's some little spots I need to tweak. Because I'm big and I have really big arms, which are disproportionately big to my torso. I have to allow for that and make like a very deep armhole so that it's comfortable, but then I also have to make sure that I can draw back enough fabric so I don't end up with that big bulky fold of fabric as well. So I'm using her Get Squared program, which is a online video program, which Jenny has. I don't have a link handy. I'll have to find one. I know I have an affiliate link for it somewhere. I don't know what it is. I think my affiliate code is like Spinner or something bizarre like that. I'll have to look it up. So it doesn't actually have a name. It is the Jenny King Designs Get Squared Garment 1. So in the Get Squared program, it's $50 Australian, and it's all step-by-step video tutorials. And you pick a garment shape that you like. So this is Garment 1. It'll be on Jenny King Designs website. So I may not be able to, sort out affiliates, but at least if you guys can go and check it out, that would be really cool. And she's got like the Get Squared for kids, but this is a Get Squared for adult. And you need 2 measurements. So you need your bust measurement, and you need the widest part of your arm measurement. And then you've got this table that you sort of plug those into and work out, like this magic number. And you've got to work things to that magic number. So she explains how to do all that in the program. And I was sort of looking around at the yarn I wanted, and I was just like, I'd started another project. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll see I'd started another project using this yarn, it's 3 strands, and it's holding together sarsaparilla in Pegasus 4-ply, also Gloom in Boots Lace, and also Blurple in Boots Lace. So it's 2 lace weights and a 4-ply that I'm holding together to get this really pretty sort of color movement. And the thing I really noticed, which Andrea doesn't notice it, but I notice it, and it's I think that the Gloom, when it's with the blue and the sarsaparilla, it seems to look a little more pewterish rather than grey, which I still love, don't get me wrong. But anyway, I'm loving this, and I'm loving working on it, and I'm up to a really easy section. So this is one of those things where, when there's people who say, I can't follow a pattern. I don't know how to, I can only do a granny square. Oh, thank you, Christine. I think it'll look great with my hair too. Although I think I'm going to re-dye it before I go. It's looking it actually looks quite nice in this light, but it's actually a bit paler than that at the moment. So basically it's designed for people who can only work a granny square. And so if you can do a granny square, you can make these garments, which is just something that I'm just so impressed with. I've made myself one in some green silk, which I've worn it to death. And so I'm really upset that one's been a bit worn out. Also, it's probably a dash too cool to wear down to Melbourne in September, which is another issue in itself. Hang on, I just want to move that bit around out of the way. And so I wanted something that was a dash warmer so that I could, layer it with a top under it. Kim says my hair is much more purple than red now. Yeah, it's kind of funny, isn't it? Our hair, it changes over time as it fades, doesn't it? one thing I've noticed working with all these strands together, because it's not something I normally do, I normally just pick a yarn, um, is that sometimes, especially when you have to pull back, and sort of go from there, that it's you've got to really make sure you've got the tension of all three strands really well. But the thing I love about this particular pattern, or this particular program, I should say, it's a whole program. So with the program, you get 5 different pattern shapes. You get this one, which is like a sort of like a squarish, or it ends up being a bit more of a round neck once you start wearing it and pull it around. But it's a wear it you wear it, and it's a closed top. You can add sleeves, you can taper in, you can taper out, however you want for your body type, because it's top down worked. You can pull it on and try it on, which I'll pull on and try and have a little look, and you guys can see how it's looking a little bit later. And then then there's an open version like a cardigan, and then there's a V-neck cardigan. There's, I can't remember them all. There's 5. There's 5 different sort of shapes. There's one that's got like an elongated front with the shorter square back. But yeah, so there's all these different options that she's done all the work on. You basically need your bust measurement, the widest part of your arm measurement, a 6mm hook, and whatever yarn you want to work with. I am using a 5.5mm hook because I've got really loose tension, because I'm not a good, like, how do I put this? I just crochet. I don't sort of, like, you guys, like, someone's commented, I'm so quick with a hook, it makes you dizzy. I'm sorry, it makes you dizzy. But when you're a bit faster with your hook, sometimes your tension's not quite there. And so I'm a little bit of a baggy crocheter. I'm a baggy knitter and I'm a baggy crocheter. So yeah. Odd But Nice is asking, how many skeins is this going to use? So I've got handy already dyed. I had 2 in the 4-ply, which came out to be about 800 meters, or just under 800 meters. And then I've got 1 each in the 2 different colored lace weights, and they're 800 meter skeins each. Now I've tucked away another 2 of the lace weight just in case. But I'm going to have to dye more 4-ply if I need more 4-ply. You don't choke your tools with your yarn. No, I don't. I don't choke my tools with my yarn. But sometimes things are a little too baggy, so I have to go down a hook size or 2 sometimes to get gauge, just because I know that I don't often, like, I'm a loose crocheter. So as long as you know that what you are, you can work around it. So yeah. Jacob says, hit like if you think Chantelle is a crocheting machine. Hi, Jacob. How are you going? If I hit like, I'll unlike it, says Kim. But yeah, so we've got like this really cool garment that's coming together. I think, look, the reality is I think I'm going to need more than what I've got. So I think, like, there's sort of, it's a bit of a mess at the moment. It's a bit hard to see because of how dark it is. I've probably got about half a skein left of the 4-ply. But we'll see. Because the other thing is you can just make it as long as you want to make it. And at the moment it's little cap sleeves. So that's not terrible. I prefer like nearly elbow length sleeves. But you know, it's up to you how you do it. Where are we? What bead idea? Did I miss something? Love the bead idea. I'm using one of the untwisted thin 4-strand cotton yarn, and that helps loads. Did we talk about anything exciting yet? Well, we unboxed a box of Marja Craft stuff, Jacob. So we talked about bobbins and drive bands and ceramic e-hooks, and now we're talking crochet while we have internet and it doesn't crash and burn. We got started a little late today, guys, didn't we? Just because my internet was being a doo-doo head. Andrew says we always talk about exciting stuff. That's right. We never blather on about boring things here, do we? Can you guys see this okay? It's just, I do know it's dark on dark. So, Emma says, I prefer nearly elbow length sleeves too. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel more comfortable in them. Like, I'm a 3/4 sleeve girl living in Queensland. So I only get to wear the really sort of tops and stuff that I really like when it's a bit cooler. Like I'm wearing a long sleeve today and I'm chuffed. I love my long sleeves. And it's a cotton long sleeve, so that's, it's not as heavy or as thick. But Chantel's used the phrase 11 billion a few times. Yeah, I have. I can't deny it. I'm not willing. I don't need to deny it. Hey, Rowan's Impressions. Welcome to the chat. Um, so yeah. Allison says, "Gosh, I'm slow crocheting compared to you." Okay, so guys, something that's probably a good thing to remember is crochet is my first craft. It is the craft I learnt before any other yarn craft. I was working for Jenny King Designs for a few years as a test stitcher before I started Fiberific, and Jenny was actually part of the driving force behind what that I should start my own business. And so I learned how to crochet. What's the best way to describe it? Um, Fast, because I had to. I would be given like these sometimes every now and again, not often, but every now and again I'd be like, "Hey, can you crochet an entire dress in 2 weeks?" And I'd just be like, I don't know. Let's see if I can crochet an entire nearly floor length dress in 2 weeks. So it turns out I can. So yeah. And that's when I realized I needed hooks with soft grips. So I've got a tulip in my hand at the moment. Nice soft grip on that. The clover soft are more soft grips, because when I was crocheting, sort of that was like 13 hours a day of crochet basically. It was before Abby was at school, so I didn't have to worry about school runs and things like that. But I would get sort of like the swelling of the wrist and things going on. And when I changed over to these soft grip hooks, that just opened up my world. It really did. And when people talk about how, you're just being sort of elitist if you want a hook with a grip on it, or you know what I mean? Like I see these sorts of comments every now and again. It's like, well, these metal hooks in my hand have been fine. I don't know why I need anything else. And it's just like, you may not, but I did. I needed something to grip onto that wasn't putting pressure on my carpal tunnel and my wrist. And it was because I was crocheting 13 hours a day. So, and you sort of speed things up and learn how to do it. And this is also, this particular pattern, it's a granny square, guys. It's basically a granny square. And so, where are we? Jacob saying something, I missed something there. Everyone needs different tools to suit their body. Exactly right, Jackie. And I needed a soft grip hook. And so if someone says to me they have a problem with their wrist while they're crocheting, my first question is, do you have a soft grip hook? Can you do a slow motion so we can see your technique? Yep, I can. Let me just try and, I've got to, because I'm working out of 3 balls as well. I've got a bit of a yarn bath mess that's just happened there. Great, thanks, yarn bath. Get back in the middle of the ball. Yay, lucky I'm going on the outside so I can deal with you later. Alrighty, you over there. Alrighty, let's make it so we can see what we're doing. I'm going to pull this aside so you've got the clearer background behind, and so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just basically doing trebles. So trebles in Australia is double crochets in the US. Who's trying to spill the beans on something? I've probably forgotten something, haven't I? I probably have. Okay, so we're going to do a treble, which is just yarn over, insert into this chain space, which is why I can go so fast, because I'm not working in stitches, I'm working in chain spaces. And then yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just doing a lot of that. So it's just 3 trebles, just like any granny square, and then a chain, then into the next chain space, yarn over, and 3 trebles, or double crochets if you're in the USA. So yeah, we've got, and the other trick with working with multiple strands is making sure you don't end up with any loops on the back where you've not got them all held at an even tension. So, because they come off the ball at different times and things like that. So, but because I've done all of the shaping and all the other stuff at the top of this particular top, and I've already joined the underarms, I've got a little section where I just get to go round and round for a little bit to get a bit of length. Um, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I think I know what Jacob's talking about. So Jacob is teasing you guys something fierce. So yeah, so I just get to do this around and around and around until I get a bit more length on it, and then I'm going to flare it out a little just because I've got those big lady hips going on, so I need a bit of extra room more towards the bottom. So right now I would guess that this is about maybe 2-3 inches under bust, and I want to get to about 4 or 5 inches under bust, and then I'll start doing just a little bit of a, I don't want to go like crazy flaring or rippling or anything like that. But more just sort of, I just wanted to skim over my hips. I don't want it to be tight. And so, yeah, that is sort of, I just want to fit. I want it to fit and I want it to look nice. So soon will be, the beans are being withheld. They are being withheld for now. So one thing, do you know what? Let's just get it out of the way. Like, something with Jacob and I have been thinking about is I've got some extra discount codes. Well, not discount codes, but extra pattern codes. See, look at this. I wasn't watching and there's 4 in there, but we're just going to skip over that like it's not 4. So I have got extra codes for the patterns that we've used for the Mystery Lace Club. Every month, I always buy a few extras because I'm paranoid about not having enough, of miscounting or something like that. So I have some extra pattern codes. We were thinking about possibly giving some of those away because they're not being used. They're just sitting there, going to waste, of some beautiful lace weight knit patterns. And we were wondering how you guys would feel about taking some of these off my hands. So what I'm thinking is just every now and again, we'll just randomly choose a commenter, someone who's commenting in the chat, and just let them know they have a code. So Kim's still waiting on the temp tattoos. Crochet codes too? No, not at this stage. But it's definitely something that we could work out for sure. At the moment, it is literally just the extra codes that I have for Mystery Lace Club patterns, and just to share some love around. So we will definitely be looking into some options of being able to get some other pattern codes and things like that, because we haven't done giveaways for a long time. So it's one of those things. It's just the pattern code. It would just be a Ravelry pattern code that you would need to go and get. And what's Jacob saying here? We might work with other designers for future giveaways. If you're all interested, we'll post a link for the sign up for the giveaways in the chat, and one for after the stream. That's right. So we know that not everybody can watch the live stream because it is the middle of the day if you're in Australia, and it can be an odd time if you're in another country. So we do understand that not everybody can watch during the live chat, but what we're looking at doing is giving away a code or two during the live chat, and also a code within 24 hours of the actual live chat going live. Odd But Nice saying, I wanted to say thanks again for the Emmy Cat yarn. I have some idea plans for it, but I'm just going to love on it for a little while now. I'm so glad it's arrived. That's awesome. You could do it in it's Fiberific's birthday month. You could do it in Fiberific's birthday month. That's actually a very good idea, Andrea. We've got September is Fiberific's birthday month. So that's very soon. September is going to be here before we know about it. So, but we're going to be looking at starting it up fairly soon and just seeing how it goes. But it's one of those things. It's a tough one, isn't it? I would love to do some giveaways for you guys because you're always so awesome, and you come and share your time with me, which is amazing, and you come and chat with me while I while I do things. Caffeinated Crafters tonight. Is it tonight? I didn't even realize it's tonight. Caffeinated Crafters is tonight, and Kim cannot come because she has a sick fam bam. That's such a shame. I'm sorry, Kim. So I've made it to the end of a round. But Caffeinated Crafters is tonight, and I'll be there with my belt with bells on. Maybe I won't have bells on. But yeah, so I'll be there for sure. It's somebody's birthday next week. Any idea who that might be, Chantelle? Um, yeah, it is a birthday next week, isn't it? Um, so yeah, it's going to be a big week. So next week I'm not dying on Tuesday because I don't want to work on my birthday and I'm the boss. So there's that. Black Pearl sits. I was really planning to come to Caffeinated, but got called into a last minute work dinner. I'm so sorry. Um, Lisa Quilts a Lot is pretty cool as I'm just up the road at Forest Lake. You should totally come. I'm gonna bring buttons. Sorry, I'm confused. Die Day birthday party. No Die Day birthday party. Freaky Geek says, here's an idea that's bad for me. You can have a Craftinator night giveaway. That's actually not a bad idea either. Something special for those that come along to Caffeinated Crafters. But I don't know. I think we'll just stick with the live stream for now, you guys. We'll do something here. Hey, Janine's Creations. Welcome to the chat. Odd But Nice says, I'm on a whole other continent or I would be there. I totally get that. There are so many things. Sorry, I pulled the crochet away from the camera. You can't see. Game Widow says her website is half fixed, well, sort of, rebuild imminent. I know those feels, Gamer Widows. I'm so sorry that it's happened to you. We already have a special person in time with you. We already have a special in-person time. That's right. That's how we get to hang out and chat and have coffee and dinner and stuff. So, not that prizes wouldn't be cool too. We're gonna have special Caffeinated Crafters badges made up soon. So you guys will get special treats. I've been here the whole. Nat Power says, I've been here the whole time, but I was out walking the dog as I listened, can finally see what you're talking about. Oh, wow. Thanks for listening, Nat. That's awesome. Bob Curran says, hi to everyone. It looks like you are busy. I've got so many things on the boil at the moment, but I'm so excited at the same time. It's bizarre. It's like, you know how sometimes you have just a couple of things on and you feel like overwhelmed and you're like, what is going on? And then other times you feel like you've got 11 billion things on, but you don't feel overwhelmed. I'm kind of there. Like, I'm a little upset that I didn't get some parcels shipped last week that I wanted to get done. But other than that, I'm not feeling overwhelmed, which is kind of nice, really. It's kind of nice. And, I'm working on a top for me. Kim says 11 billion. Have I said 11 billion? 11 billion times yet? And should we make an 11 billion badge? I'm thinking we need an 11 billion badge. I've got 11 billion problems, but crochet ain't one. No? That would need to be on a pretty big badge. I laugh every time Steph uses that phrase as well. Yeah. Sorry, Steph. Got you hooked on that one, didn't I? Where are we? Did I miss a message? Did I miss something? I don't know why we're giving out an email address. Yeah, I don't know if Freaky needs support. Hang on. Anyway, there's an email address that you can contact me on if you need to. Guys, just telling you. Lindsay says, I'm working on the crocodile stitch tonight, but I can almost see the end of the tunnel. Oh, my mum messaged, put a thing up on my Facebook wall of some of those crocodile stitch gloves. Um, it is it's one of those, what do you call it? Just a little sort of like long wrist gloves with all the crocodile stitches on it. I don't know how to um sorry, yeah, I agree with you, Kim. I don't think any of us are qualified to give Freaky any sort of support. I don't know what's going on, guys. No idea. Anyway, so I said I replied back to my mum, like, you know how to crochet, you should make them. And she was just like, yeah, but I want them to match, like be the same length with the same tension. And then like all my cousins started jumping in, like, yeah, I want some too. And I'm just like, oh my God, guys, I am not making your crocodile stitch gloves. Do you guys know how torturous crocodile stitch is? Ah, they chose the right animal for that stitch. Yes, they did. Odd but nice. They certainly did. So, so this week, we got Mystery Lace Club dyed up. It's already. I've got to double check it. I think it's dry. It's been a bit cold here, so things aren't drying quite as fast as they usually would. So yeah, it is definitely gauntlet style gloves. Yes, that's right, Bob. They're gauntlet style gloves. Um, Oops, go and hook that up. Um, I thought they would look great with those perfect pair split packs of sock yarn you can get from Spotlight. They probably would actually. Um, Leanne's on the last 3 rounds of the Phoenix. It's been an epic journey. I'm looking forward to some some smaller projects. Oh, definitely understand those feels. Sally says, I made mermaid tail blankets with that stitch. Oh my gosh. You must love somebody a lot. I had a play with it. I've basically done a swatch in it. Went, yep, that eats a lot of yarn. And went, okay, I know how to do it, but I don't really want to. And I do that with a few things every now and again. I want to make sure I know how to do it, and if someone asks for help, that I could help. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm out. I don't want to do that. That's horrible. Mm. Where are we? I made a beanie with a leftover Andromeda you dyed up for me ages ago. Oh, that's awesome. Welcome to everybody who's in the chat. Lots of new faces and names popping in. Um, I help by saying don't do it. Yeah, absolutely. Um, I, gosh, Sally, I was not game enough and just did the V-stitch one. Oh, I know. It's very brave doing it in the mem. They would look amazing though, wouldn't they? They would look like scales. It would be stunning. And that's the thing with that stitch. It's visually so pleasing, but I'm just like, it's so much work. It's so much work. And as you all know, I'm very lazy and I don't like to do things that are too much work. I love the stitch when someone else does it. Yes, I'm with you on that one. My aunt asked for an owl bag for her granddaughter, and she's 3, so that's happening. Can't say no. Oh my gosh. Sally's going to post some pics to the group. Thank you, Sally. For those of you that don't know, there is a Fiberific Fun Zone group over on Facebook. Because we can't post and share pictures here on YouTube, we can post and share our pictures over there so we can all see the beautiful things that we get to make and create. We only have a couple of requests in the group, which is be nice to each other. If you see someone not being nice, report it to an admin, which I don't think we've really had much of. I think the only really thing was somehow we accidentally let someone in who was selling sunglasses. They got reported and booted. And if you want to join the group, make sure you answer the 3 questions, because none of the mods will accept your request if the questions are not answered. Holly Alderson says, I made my mum a scarf using the crocodile stitch and she loved it. I bet she did. And I bet it's keeping her beautifully warm as well. Absolutely. Leanne says, the only crocodile stitch project I've done is a beanie with a huge, huge pom-pom. unlike the 2 people who are still sitting there waiting for approval. That's right. There's a couple of people who have not been accepted yet because they have not filled out the questions. So they just sit there unapproved. Because I don't want to boot them. I don't want to say, no, you can't come in. I just want them to realize that you have to go in and answer the questions. So yeah. Freaky Geek is asking, so this crocodile stitch is thick when it's done. Yeah, it's pretty thick. How many cells? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think in each sort of stitch you get this scale that's got 8 trebles in it. I think that's right. Hey Daigo, welcome to the chat. She's waiting for the ad to finish. So yeah, so we don't allow people in the group who haven't answered the questions. And look, the questions aren't difficult. They're not like, sciencey or anything. They're just more to double check that you are a yarny person, and that you're not going to sell sunglasses to us. So yeah, it's one of those things. Kim says it depends on your gauge. So the scales sit up so you can get air underneath. Who would pre-order some Pyruvic sunglasses? Oh my gosh, it's like little yarn ninjas on the side. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. We're the worst, Jacob. We are absolutely the worst. Leanne says, I overachieved on my answers once I was joined before I finished. Oh yeah, or Bitcoin, or making money working from home. Yep, all of those things. Kim says, I'm a fiend for the merch. Yeah. Yep. Speaking of merch, we have Fibrific mugs that are available on our website, fibrific.com.au. If you want a Fibrific mug, I'll get my hand off my little yarn ninja. To be able to drink your beverages in a Fibrific way. That sounds corny even to me, guys. It's totally fine. Kim wants a shirt. I want a shirt too, Kim. I'm going to work on that. Don't worry. It is coming. Real subtle. Thank you. You are welcome. Not known for my subtlety. Kim Nelson says, I'm from a different planet. Oddly enough, I got in. No, it was all good. It's all good. It's more just I just need to know if you are a spam bot thing. Yeah, get all your Blurple Yarny thing. What's it? Get all your Blurple Yarny Ninja mugs here. That's right. That's exactly right. And it's one of those things, unfortunately, if you are in the US, that's not unfortunate for those that are in the US. It's unfortunate for those in Australia. If you're in the US, it's a better deal on everything on my website at the moment because the Australian dollar has tanked. Kim says we need to get a cry cut and cut out vinyl transfers so we can have Yanja everywhere. Did you go through all the buttons at the event? Do you mean the badges, like all the Because the answer is no, we didn't. I didn't get them up on my website. I'm sorry, but I do have badges left, so we've got to get them up on the website. That's on my list of things to do. Kim says, I'm a spam bot according to YouTube. I lost count of how many times I got timed out. How did I get in? Well, that was before I was fussy, Kim. Now I'm fussy. You may not make it. Just saying. Oh dear. So, you guys, I just wanted to double check because I'm just thinking I don't know if I had clarification, but are you okay if I give away a few pattern codes here and there in the coming weeks? I just wanted to double check that you guys were all right with that before we went ahead and did anything. Where it goes. That reminds me I need to put my buttons on my banner. Yes, you do. You could time me out again. That was fun. No, it wasn't fun. I didn't realize it was going to delete all of your messages. So a little while ago, guys, we decided to time out Kim, and because no other mod can, I had to do it. So I did. And it turns out that when I timed a mod out, it deleted all of her messages, all of her links, everything. And it was just like, oh no, this is terrible. But Nice says, I got the badges with my Emicat yarn and I love them. I'm so glad you like them. Kim says, but I can't enter because I already have all the patterns. That is true. So these are all, currently these will be Mystery Lace Club patterns. So if you're in the Mystery Lace Club, you actually already have all these patterns. So sorry. If you want to join the Mystery Lace Club and get yourself a beautiful subscription each month with some hand dyed yarn that's been dyed specifically to match a beautiful pattern that I've sourced, and these are never free patterns. These are always patterns that the designers have out on Ravelry for sale. You get the pattern, a printed copy of the pattern, a digital code of the pattern, and yeah, it was just all sorts of beautiful things that come in the box. So sometimes there's beads, there's always some sort of sweet treat, there's little bits and bobs that go in every month. Kim says, I have a curated collection of Mystery Lace Club yarns. Yes, she does. Um, so, and treats. Yes, there's always treats. That's right. Sally and Kim have both popped in a link to the Mystery Lace Club if you would like to join up. At the moment, especially if you're in the US, the Australian dollar is pretty dodge. So you get a nice deal just in conversion rate. So everything on my website's in Australian dollars. So have a little look. I think we're currently sitting at about what 66 cents. Yeah. So we've got some people. I just got a little message saying there's some people who are joining up Fibrific Fun Zone. So after the live stream, I'll get in and have a look, or if one of the other mods can have a squiz and let you in, that would be great. Are you posting early or late this month if you aren't working Tuesday? I am going to make sure that the Mystery Lace Club boxes are all packed up and ready to go, and I will do a post office run on Tuesday, but that is it. That's all. So they'll go out on time. They'll be out normal. Excuse me. I'm excited to start knitting my Mystery Lace Club soon. Just finished off some whips first. That's awesome. Jackie says it's 68 cents US to each Australian dollar at the moment. Yes, it's not the friendliest from the perspective of when I'm ordering things in from overseas, but it's great if you are outside of Australia and you want to order my things. Where I love the sweet treats. It brightens my day. I'm so glad Black Pearl knits. I probably put more thought into the sweet treats than I probably need to. Oops, bang. Sorry, I had to call Mr. Convo on the buttons and badges. So I still have buttons and badges available. They are $3 Australian each, or 2 for $5 plus post. They are not currently on the website, but they will be. I was reading that. Hang on a second. Okay? Oh, yes. US friends, buy from all us Australians. Cheap for you, and it supports all of our small businesses. Absolutely. Bub says, I only have the last 12 months of the Mystery Lace Club because she joined in September. Oh, that's a good point, Bub. So there may be a pattern that you don't have. Maddie is so addicted to Tic Tac since that mini box a few months back. Yeah, Abby is also. Abby is pretty keen on the Tic Tacs as well. Kim says I could come Monday and pack them and take them to the post office for you, and then they would be ready if they would be ready to pack by then. Let me get back to you, Kim. I'm hoping they will be, but I want to double check that I've got everything all printed up and ready. So yeah, so we've still got buttons and badges. I can just see them. They're over there. I can't reach them though because I've got little T-Rex arms. So I can't quite get to them. What I'm going to do is when I get to the end of this round, I'm going to pull this on and give it a try on. And you guys can tell me how it's looking. So, and then we've got to hope that I can get it back off. I'm good with getting any of the patterns not in any yarn clubs. Oh, there you go. Odd but nice. Yeah, no, so it would just be the digital pattern. So I'd send you the code for you to go and pick up the pattern off Ravelry so that you can go from there. I made the mistake, right, guys, I had to rejoin the yarn once I ran out of this one. And I got a knot, and so I had to cut off the other yarn when I was, frogging the other pattern. And then I decided to go from the outside of the balls when I rejoined it. I don't know why. Worst decision ever. Because now I'm like constantly like, of these two, because I'm coming from the center of one ball, which is being just easy. Put a stitch marker in so it doesn't frog itself. Good point if I had a stitch marker handy, but I don't, so I won't. So I might lose a stitch or two, but I can live with that. I can live with that. It worked out well though. He is happy to have vitamin C tablets because they taste like the orange Tic Tacs. Oh, that's excellent, especially now that he's feeling a little under the weather. You can at least boost his immune a little. That's so good, you guys. Tic Tacs are actually helpful for helping kids have their medicines. Now, can you remind me to take the microphone off when I go to try this top on? I just looked down and realized, yeah, that's going to be a problem. You have a shop full of them. A shop full of what? Can someone please tell me a warp-weighted loom is a craft too far? I'm not allowed to have a spinning wheel or a rigid heddle loom. I don't know what a warp-weighted loom is. To think that it's a whoosy what's it? Oh, I have stitch. Well, I'd have to go and raid packets or something. There's none like in my direct vicinity, Kim. I don't think. I'll check the floor. There's probably one on the floor. Because, like everybody else, I have stitch markers on the floor. Janine, I'm making myself a top. I'm using the pattern from Jenny King Designs Get Squared garment number 1. So it is a closed top. I'm using 3 strands of yarn held together and a 5.5 mil hook. The Get Squared is technically a 6 mil hooks for everything, but because I've got really loosey goosey gauge, I go down to a 5.5. I gave you some stitch markers. You did, but they're in the house. They're in my house. This is not I'm not in my house. I'm out in the fibrific shack. So, and like there's heaps over there or far away, but there's none within my arm reach. A warp-weighted loom is an ancient technique. I'd love to have one. What size are you looking at? So, but yeah, so it's going to be a really sweet little cover top. So I'll wear something under it, obviously, because when I pull it on, you'll see it definitely needs something underneath. And I just wanted to have something I've made to wear to VidCon and to add to my wardrobe, because at the moment all I've really been making for myself was shawls, and while I love shawls and I wear them all the time, I tend to not have them on at VidCon just because they fall off a little bit, and I'm not in my comfort zone, so I feel a bit frazzled. So I want something I can just put on and leave on and not worry about. So that's where I'm going with this. It's a basic loom with rocks to weigh down the warp. I'll find a picture. Okay. Check the red basket on the shelves behind you. You're a champion, Andrea. I didn't even, like, that's a basket for blinglets. I would never have thought that there was some lockable stitch markers there. Oh my gosh, Andrea, legend. It is a very pretty color. So I'm working up 3 strands. For those of you that didn't see, I have Gloom in a lace weight, Boots lace, and I have Blurple in Boots lace, and I have, it's very dark on this camera. It is very dark. It's nearly a black. It's like a dark, dark brown. Sarsaparilla in the Pegasus 4-ply. So why are they even? I know why they. I don't know why they are even there. Andrew says, "What lucky guess." Oh my gosh. We're nearly around to the next round, so we'll try this on in a second. I'm like, oh my god, I hope this fits. Like I've tried it on. Like I tried on the like when I was joining the sleeves, but I haven't tried it on much since I joined the sleeves. Andrea has been hiding random stuff around the shack. She has, obviously. I don't know why that was there. But now I can lock my stitch in and not worry about losing any stitches. So thank you, Andrea, and thank you, Kim. I'll get that one locked in just as soon as I get there. So I'm nearly there. I'm nearly there. As part of the appeal, it's easy to break down into basic pieces. Husband is the problem. Yeah, look, mine is fairly supportive of all the stuff I have around the house, but I think if I said right now, hey, honey, I want to get another loom, he'd just kind of look at me and just blink like, what? I won't forget to take off my mic. I am, how far until I get to join? Hang on a second. There it is there. A few more stitches. We've just got a bit more to go. And then we'll join up and then we'll try on. So, and I'll change the camera angle so you guys can see a bit more of what's going on. But yeah, we're nearly there. Husbands are always the problem. Look, I think for me it's more that my house is already overloaded and exploded. And so if I said, hey, guess what, honey, I'm bringing in more craft stuff, he'd just be all like, wait, what now? Especially if it wasn't like, he seems to be okay if it's fiberific craft stuff, because that will eventually become income and help support our family. But if it's just for like me, like I just want to do a thing. So yeah. My Abby tried out a spinning wheel and loved it. She's now working on him to get one. Oh, that's brilliant. To me, a loom is just looming shortened, like a cry cut to make stickers. Yeah, yeah, that's one of those things. It would be a possibility because, but we'll see. We'll see. I say to hubby that I want this or that. He smiles and nods and yes and says yes, dear. Oh, that's great. Christine says, have you seen the TV series Vikings? The weaving they do in that is on a warp. I haven't seen Vikings actually. I'll have to have a look. Now that I know it's got crafty stuff in it. He walked in while I was watching a YouTube video on it. That was cool. My hubby has accepted the fact that that a crafty wife is a happy wife. Absolutely. But like those of you that have been to my house understand that it is basically looks like a truck that had a yarn store in it backed into a house and then exploded without burning anything. And that's what my house looks like. So I will not push the limit on that one for myself just right now. Hang on, I've missed something. What are always excluded from the vouchers at Spotlight? Rebecca Nelson's been spinning on her wheel. She's spinning up some Svartbull's fiber. I don't think I said that right, but I'm very interested to see what that looks like. Sounds like I want to live there. Yeah. Sally says, I just don't have the space to put anything anyway. Yes, yeah, that's a problem I'm having as well, Sally. Cry cuts are always excluded. Yes, they are, aren't they? Because I've been keeping an eye out. I've been watching because they'll be useful for lots of things, not just making stickers, but there's ways to use your cry cut for screen printing as well. So, and because I fell down a screen printing shaped hole, anything that can help with that. Woohoo! Your house is a crafty treasure trove with wonderful discoveries in every corner. Bub says you could always make a backstrap loom. Yeah, look, we've got a backstrap loom because it's actually Abby's. She bought it I bought it for her at a camp we went to. She did a little workshop and she really enjoyed that. Kim Scullens popped in a link to have undying support for Fiberific over on Patreon. So I'll just have a quick chat about Patreon, which is Patreon is a website that helps to support Fiberific or me, as the case may be. Each month you pledge an amount that you will donate anywhere from $1 upwards, and it makes it helps for me to buy extra equipment. So I've got 3 lights here. I've got a little army thing here. There you go, wiggle it. A webcam. I've got all sorts of equipment that I need to use to make these live streams. And so it makes it so I can afford to keep updating my equipment and make sure that we can do all these fun things. I thought you was Fiberific. I am Fiberific, sort of. I'm Chantelle, who runs Fiberific. Game Widow says my back doesn't like a backstrap. There you go. So if I'm just going to pop in this because we have joined up. Oh, these are an old one. There we go. Snapped it. Snap it. Let's try some others. Let's see if they all snap. Get that in there. These are very old ones if they're doing that. That one worked. All right, you guys, I'm taking my microphone off. Oh, hang on. Speaking of equipment, has your camera freaked out again since the stripes last week? No one. No, it has not. I really think it was really contrast. It was high contrast, and it didn't like it. All right, I'm taking off my microphone. I'm just going to pop it here. I hope you can still hear me. Take off my glasses, which I realized I had on. All right, you guys. I'm scared. Oh, I want to change camera angle so you guys can see. Where are I? There we go. Camera angle. Okay. Which way should I put it on? I might pop it with the yarn to the front so that the yarn balls stay on the table. Crack goes the back. All right, so I won't be wearing it with this kind of top under it. Hang on a second. All bunched up. There we go. Alrighty, I'm going to stand up. I've still got to add sleeves, and I want more length yet, but this is the general idea. So that's where we're at so far. So I want the sleeves to come down to sort of here. You can't, I can't show you the bottom. There we go. Tippy toes. So I want it to come and skim. I want another sort of, like that much more from finger to thumb, that much more. But yeah, so I'm pretty happy. I probably wouldn't wear it over grey. I'd wear it over black, I think. So let's jump back here. That looks great. It fits. Yay! So it's really comfy too. It's not too thick, which I was worried about. About 3 inches longer. I'm probably thinking, because I want it to be quite long. I like it to be a bit longer. But in saying that, it's going to drop, because I want to block it open, so it'll probably drop down. All right, I'm going to see if I can. My hair's all messy. So, there we go. That's how it looks not on. And that's the bottom so far. So yeah, it's getting there for sure, but I think I will need to dye some more yarn. Let me just get this microphone back on. Beep, beep, beep. There we go. Glasses were holding my hair out of my face. They can go back on too. Back doing their job. Oh, want it over something brighter, white or pink. Oh, but I don't wear pink. I don't have anything pink. I don't own a pink top. Nope. A black tank underneath. See, that's what I'm thinking as well. Kim says I've made a few of those tunics. Yep. Make it 10 feet longer. 10 feet longer would be a dash too long, I think. Looks great. Thank you. You can really see the colours in it now. I love it. More open than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, it's definitely quite open. For me here in Australia, that's a good thing. That means I'm going to be able to wear it. I'm pretty sure it isn't the glass. You're right. It's probably not the glass's actual proper job. Like, their job is to make it so I can see. That's the right way around. So, yeah. You're right, yeah. Where are we? I'd like to make one for me. Absolutely. Jump in the Jenny King Designs. Can someone throw the link back up again? Jenny King Designs Get Squared program. It is $50 Australian. It's not the cheapest, but that gives you 5 different garment shapes and videos. Access to step-by-step tutorials for videos so that you can make it as well. Make any of the tops that you want to make. And she talks about how to make, like, if you want like fluffy, like, you know, some people like those big long open sleeves. I don't like them, but how to do those, edgings, all that sort of stuff. Ways to oh, it's 40 US, 40 Australian. There you go. It's even cheaper. But yeah, so I really wanted a nice top to go over things. And if I can get like a longer sleeve on, I'll probably wear a black t-shirt under it. Because I'll probably try and get the t-shirt to be just a dash shorter than whatever the sleeve is under there. So yeah, looks great with some because we've got so much blue and grey as well. And how do I put this? I don't I don't like to like stand out in a room. I like to blend in nicely, you know. That's so Chantelle with blue hair, but you know what I mean. Like blue hair is one thing; it's another thing for your clothes. Anyway, I normally wear black, grey, sometimes teal, and that's it. So yeah, so this is a nice, safe color for me that I know I'll wear. So, and that was the thing. That was the trick for me was choosing something I knew I was going to wear. So wearing a neon top under is bad. It would be bad for me. Blue hair will blend in at VidCon. Yes, it will actually. I am well and truly not the only person with blue hair at VidCon. There was actually quite a few people last year. I didn't have blue hair last year. What did I have last year? I had the shaved sides last year and like the big sort of, fluffy top with the shaved sides. Yeah. Um, where is it? I've missed something. That's okay. The design that Chantelle is making is this one. Oh, there you go. There is also a Kids Get Squared program. Absolutely, there is. Yeah. And it's an amazing program that Jenny King has put together. She's been working as a designer for such a long time, and quite often, and working for her at craft shows and things like that. I heard it as well. Is that people say, "Oh, I don't know how to follow a pattern. All I can do is a granny square." So she wanted to make something that people who felt that way about their crochet could actually make a garment that fit them and flattered them and that they liked and that they could do and didn't feel overwhelmed. Um, so yeah, you can go to jennykingdesigns.com. Is it just .com? And then you can find it on there and buy it that way. So yeah. So I suppose I'm just going to keep crocheting for a little bit. We started late. We're going to finish a dash late. Let's see if I crush one of these stitch markers under the strength of my fingers. Hang on, there we go. So I'm going to go back to a little top-down camera so you guys can keep watching me work. So yeah, so you actually buy it from Jenny King's website, and you've got access to watch all the videos from her website. You don't have to go anywhere else. But yeah, the videos are real. They're professionally made. They're not like what I do. She actually hired in a proper she actually hired in a television crew, and they've made like very good quality videos. So it's all fantastic, and you can watch it all directly from her website once you have purchased. If you want to if there's a coupon code, try spinning. I think that's my affiliate. I don't know. I'd have to check with Jenny. I probably should have checked that before I mentioned it today, but it wasn't about the affiliate. It was about that this is a top and a pattern that I love to work with. So, hey, your vids are great. Don't knock them. Thank you, Freaky Geek. I appreciate that. Yeah. So yeah, it's just a beautiful way to make something, and that you can. The thing I especially love about it is that you can use pretty much any yarn. So if you're in the US and you've got a lot of worsted weight yarn, you can use worsted weight yarn. If you're here in Australia, I made my other top using Milky Way silk, which is a sort of 3 to 4 ply. So it's like a fingering to sport weight. And I made an entire top for myself with about 100 grams of beautiful silk, so about 500 yards of beautiful silk, and made myself a gorgeous one of these tops as well. It was a deep V that I did with the V at the back. It was very pretty, but I have worn it to death. So yeah. Where are we? Just be aware that the thicker the yarn, the less drape you have. Absolutely, that's exactly right, because you still use the same size hook. So Kim is totally right. Speaking of vids, what's in the works for future vids for you? Oh my gosh, there's so many. We're going to be doing some more Chow-Goo vids. We're going to be talking a bit about the blueies. So once I get a set in that I can use, because I just keep posting them out. We've got some. Oh, what else have we got coming? I've got some I've got a book review that I'm working on. Um, I've got, what else have I got? I've got like there's a huge list. There's a massive list of what I'm going to be doing. Unless you use a larger hook with the yarn to get the drape, I think. Freaky, the problem is that if you go bigger, the actual magic number system that Jenny has worked out doesn't work. And so you don't get your gauge and things like that. So, um, but like in saying that, I think I've got some pretty nice drape here using a 4-ply and 2 lace weights. So, that's heading up there in thickness realms, because it's not just 4 plus 2 plus 2 making it 8. You've got to allow for all the air that's in there as well, which would bring it up probably more like a worsted weight, really, like a light worsted, I'd say. So yeah, what else I just feel like there's a lot of videos coming up. I've just got to make them. I'm scripting, I'm editing, but I haven't recorded, so I've got to get there and do the get the recordings made. But yeah, so I've got more skeins of this yarn, except for the 4-ply, which I've got 4-ply yarn, and I've got dye, so I could just dye myself some more, which I think I'm going to have to do. Because I do want a bit more length and I want the sleeves a bit longer. And I think I'll have enough to do the length I want. A Blue Shorties review. That's right. There's a Blue Shorties review coming. It's definitely coming, Kim. It's definitely on its way. Research notes have been written and I've just got to film it. Cotton dyeing. Yes, there'll be some cotton dyeing discussions happening, but not on camera at this stage. Terrible. Blue shorties versus red shorties. Yeah, I did a video. Maybe not a blue shorties verse. Maybe I should do a blue shorties versus red shorties. But because I just did a little talk about, yeah. Does not one do a swatch with crochet like knitting to make freaky? Normally, yes. Sorry, I'll reread that. So yes, you do normally do a crochet swatch like you would do knitting, but because of this particular program, if you use a 4 mil hook, a 6 mil hook with whichever yarn you want, you'll get a specific pattern size. Obviously, it will depend on your personal gauge, but for the most part, it works without needing to do swatches, which is kind of one of the reasons why it's been so popular. Sally says, I'm excited to start experimenting with the landscape dyes for the first time. Landscape dyes is what I started with. All the Fibre-Fit colours for years were just landscape dyes. Daigo's got to go. Bye, Daigo. Blue shorties are the biggest sizes than the red shorties. Yes, they are, Odd But Nice. That's right. You've got your caps lock on again, Odd But Nice, just so you know. Film your cotton dyeing adventures offline and then edit it together later so we can all see out with how. That's actually, I would be more comfortable doing that as a time lapse rather than as a live stream of me freaking out, because it's a whole new process for me. It's terrifying. I haven't tried it yet. I'm still catching up on pre-order dyes from Bendigo and Leo 2 pre-orders, and that I haven't even. I actually carried the box this morning because it's still on this table. I actually carried it out to the dye where I do all my dyeing out in the back patio. So it's in with the others at least now. I think you need to start doing Twitch streams. With my spare time, Kim, I will absolutely do Twitch streams so we can watch you all day. Oh my gosh, like that's not. Anyway, I'm not going to go there because I'll be proven wrong as usual. But like, no one wants to do that. What happened? Did something happen? Earth palette dyes are easy to use. However, I haven't tried their cotton dyes. Yeah, look, I had some great chats. Twitch is not bad. Been in a few chats. Yeah, look, I love using Twitch. I watch a lot of Twitch channels, and get involved that way. And I actually did my live streaming testing, and I did my live stream testing all on Twitch before I started live streaming here on YouTube. Jackie Doyle's got to go to work. Did I drop out? I didn't realize I dropped out. According to my little thing, I didn't. Um, anyway. But yeah. But yeah, I did all my precursor. So we've got a Fiberific Twitch channel sitting there. Um, the thing with Twitch though is unless you're a Twitch partner, which is really hard to get, you don't get to save your videos. So it is very much a watch it at the time or it's gone kind of thing. And I kind of don't know how I feel about that. So yeah, it's one of those things. But you know, we could try it for some fun. We could try and see how it goes, but not this week. Not this week. So yeah, it's good. I'm happy with the progress I'm making on things. I'm building my confidence back up on some things, which is good. And the reality is, I don't know where the confidence went. I didn't have like anything bad happen. I think it's just because I hadn't been pre-recording videos for a long time because I had no time. And yeah, um, still for Zoom. I don't know what that means. Lindsay says, good news. I'm done with the crocodile part. 3 rounds only. Took the whole stream. Oh no. Zoom is great. Look, I love using Zoom. It's a really fun forum, and we're going to have to organise that chat that we were going to have on Zoom that never happened. Is that what that might have been what Sally was talking about. That Yes, still waiting for the Zoom chat. Yes, okay. Yes, we will sort it out. So basically, if you're a Patreon member, we're talking about the possibility of doing a special Zoom chat because I'm a bit slow on releasing stuff for you guys early because I just don't release a lot of stuff that goes out that's not a live stream. So I wanted to do something special. So yes, so we've got to do a Zoom chat, which we'll sort out. We will definitely sort that out. So yeah, I don't know who dropped out or why, but it seems like some people did. I didn't off my phone. I'm not quite sure why it would have done that. Freaky is in there not harass. I was about to say harassing people. Freaky's not harassing people. Does anybody feel like Freaky harasses them? Because I don't. I think Freaky's just having fun. Oh, I've got too many loops of grey on there. Try again. Sally says we still have to shower and brush my hair before I come on though. Yes, because Zoom chats are multi-camera. Like the reality is you can turn the camera section off and just listen and talk and use it like a phone call, like a conference call. But it is more fun if everyone jumps on cameras. So because then we can all chat to each other, and that's the thing with the Zoom chat, everyone can talk, and everyone's face is seen. So yeah, see, I agree with you guys. Freaky may not like being called harmless, but I think there's no ill intent. There's no ill intent. No, Zoom does not have filters. Just to answer Kim's questions there. I think Kim would prefer to play on Instagram or Facebook because filters are fun. Filters are fun. I like filters too. Filters can hide all sorts of things. Yeah, I'd like filters, but I don't think there's any on Zoom. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm just having a little think in my brain about some of the things that are coming up. So some of the things that will be coming up is the hat kits will be added to the website soon. I just wanted to get some more photos, which having Abby home, I've done nothing. None of the jobs I wanted to get done last week have been done. And so everything still has to be done, but I'm still not feeling overwhelmed. I was glad to spend the time catching up with Abs, who I hadn't seen, and I was glad to spend the time with my mum yesterday. So I don't feel like I've wasted time. delayed some things. So there's lots of photos that need to be taken, lots of new colors that we did for Bendigo that are still, their photos are still not up on the website yet. The Leo 2 arrived, so I am dyeing more Leo 2. So those of you that had seen the Leo 2, so that's a nice lovely silky fluffy mohair yarn that we have. There's more of that. So I've actually got it open to dye pre-order colors. So if you wanted to pre-order your colors over on the website, you can, and you actually get priority out of what's in the box. Because I have, how many skeins do I have? I think I only have about 50 or 60 skeins there. And so that means I can't do a batch of every color. But I can do, so I'm prioritizing based on what people are purchasing. So yeah. Where are we? There was an ep of the Jetsons where they all had masks they put on for video calls. Oh my gosh, I remember that. And they fell off during the chat, and the other person was like, "Thank goodness, I was so sick of wearing mine too." Oh wow. And still waiting for the camp get together. Yeah, we've got lots of things that we want to do that we've just kind of got to try and work out the logistics of. So, like the whole get together thing, I think will be fantastic. We just got to work out the logistics of it. And see if we can make a few, for a few people to get together, if that makes sense. Not just Fiberific, but try and get some others in as well. We'll see how we go. We'll play. We're playing, and it's something it's something that I don't have the skill set of as yet. So it's one of those things where I just haven't gotten. I have never done an event like that. I've set up a spinners camp before, but I was basically working off someone else's playbook, which I don't have now. But I've never set up an event like that myself, so I think it would be fun to do. Do you have any alternate colorways for the brioche hats? Not just yet, but they are coming. I have got 2 planned. I've just got to dye for them. An Aussie version of the Maker's Retreat. I'll have to look into what the Maker's Retreat was. I don't know what it was. Kim says there's a 3-day retreat I'm going to in February that's fully catered for $355. Those ones sound good, but I think we need something that's like it's got more options. Rebecca says I forgot to mention that Schwarzballs is a rare sheep breed. Oh, okay. I thought it was like a company or a blend or something. Oh, I definitely want to see what kind of treat there is. Game Winner says I want to start a camp or a retreat down here at some point. I absolutely think you need to, Game Winners. You guys do not have enough of those sorts of things down there. There's only a couple that I'm aware of. We've got 9 here in Queensland, so there's one a month for like 9 months of the year. So we just don't do them in the heat of summer. But these are like school camp kind of retreats with bunk rooms. So I'm thinking for our thing, we might try and step it up a notch, not bunk rooms. So yeah. But we'll see how it goes. I have a lovely scout camp location. Yeah. Hey Kim Nelson, you're gonna come back and catch the replay because we are just about to pack up. I got started a little late, so I'm giving us some extra time. Sally says she doesn't think there's any in South Australia. There may not be. Or there's another camp location I know of that there's a possibility. Check out a lot of the school camp locations. Is a good one if you're looking for the bunk room style setups. That's how a lot of them are set up for up here in Queensland. They're all using like the PCYC school camp sort of setups. Anyway, does it have cabins? I don't camp. Yeah, they're all cabins, but they're all bunk rooms. So it's not like 1 person or 2 persons to a room usually. It's more like 4 or 6 to a room. And a early happy birthday for the 20th. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. All right, my lovelies. I'm going to skedaddle. September has not started yet. No, my birthday is in August. Fiberific's birthday is in September. So that's where the confusion is there. The termite dude is here doing an inspection. Tap, tap, tap. That's got to be thrilling. You got to be loving that. All right. I'm going to end off here. Guys, it has been so great to catch up with you all. We're going to live stream again like normal next week, next Thursday. Hopefully it all works on time this time. And we will have some fun. I will try and get some things up on the website. We've got a newsletter coming out this week. All sorts of stuff happening. So if you are not a member on the newsletter, go and sort that out. And I will catch you all next week. See yous. Bye.